Now this is an interesting one, because Green Goblin has one of the highest hit stun values amongst all of the shooter assists. We're talking roughly 75 frames of hit stun in community testing. That is insane. For comparison, Deadpool sits around 60, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, and Blade sit around 59, most of the cast sits around 49, and Green Goblin is sitting approximately at 75. So why is he not in the top 5, you might be asking? Well, that's because hit stun surprisingly isn't everything. Goblin's projectile is still a multi-hit tool, and that means you're not necessarily getting the same consistency that you would get from a beam or a large hitting single projectile. So Goblin is basically the definition of amazing stat, but questionable package. If you're specifically building around his conversion potential, there's a lot to like. And remember that the first part of this assist can go under enemy projectiles to get some nice stray hits, but as a universal shooter assist, there are better options out there. And also, mind you, Goblin's anti-air assist and especially his unique back assist are much better than his shooter assist, which makes putting him in the shooter slot a bit asinine since he will get way more value and serve your team comp much better if he's in any of the other assist slots. That being said, Norman Osborn has been jailed in the 16th cell. Danger is another character where the shooter is fine, and honestly, that's probably its biggest problem. She's not terrible, she's just not giving you enough reason to pick her over the other characters above her. Her projectile provides useful screen control, but compared to beams and faster, more reliable projectiles, she doesn't dominate the neutral game in the same way. And this is where I want to establish one of the biggest rules of this tier list. A shooter assist needs to do something immediately useful. If I put you in my shooter slot and I call you, I want one of 3 things. I either want you to control space and do chip damage via poke, I want you to help me approach as cleanly and quickly as possible, or I want you to give me a reliable conversion, or at the very damn least, cover me as I run in to do something stupid or delusional. Most likely both. Danger does those things, just not quite as well as the characters above her. So because of that, she gets 15th. Ms. Marvel's shooter is actually pretty fun. She launches a long-reaching arm projectile that gives her some pretty interesting screen control in my opinion. And one thing I really like about Ms. Marvel's shooter is its ability to create unusual combo routes. She's one of those characters where the assist can become significantly better depending on the character you're pairing her with. But that's also kind of the problem. Her shooter isn't quite as universally useful as the other elite assists, if you know what I mean. If you are a Ms. Marvel truther in the shooter slot, you're picking her because you have a specific idea of what you want to do in mind. You're not necessarily picking her because, well, I just need the best projectile possible. And that's an important distinction. A shooter assist can be amazing, but this ranking video in particular is asking, how good is this assist by itself, or is it enhanced by something else? And Ms. Marvel's shooter assist is good, it's just not elite. That being said, Kamala Khan slides in at the 14th spot.